Are these LEGO Star Wars helmets worth it? Let's find out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Lobricks. Today we are taking a look at the 5 LEGO Star Wars helmets that are out currently. There are 3 more coming out in the future. We have Mandalorian coming out, which I'm really excited for, Luke's helmet, and then the Dark Trooper. So those are the 3 that are coming out in the future. But for right now, we've just got the 5. And I want to look at these because they're kind of expensive. I know Darth Vader's like $70. These guys are like $60. That one's $50. Is it worth that price point? Because, I mean, they're not that large. Like, here's my hand. You can kind of see they're about the size of a hand. So, really, we're going to be asking that question. Are they worth it? And then we are going to be, of course, taking a look at each and every one of them. Starting with Boba Fett, which came out in the first wave. The first wave was these 3 beautiful helmets here, and then the second wave was the Scout Trooper and Darth Vader. All right, up first is Boba Fett. He comes with 625 pieces, and when he came out, he retailed for $59.99, although I did see him on sale for as low as $50 at some point in time. The first most notable thing about his helmet is he's got a moving feature. He's got his range finder, or whatever this thing is, here, which is very true to form as he was seen in the movies and the TV shows, because you can't have Boba Fett without this little doohickey right here, let me tell you. But I really do actually like this helmet. There's a lot of details on here that are really sweet, like the bullet ricochet in his Beskar helmet there, and then of course the side detailing here. It looks amazing. They built that sideways, and then you've got these same technique used right there. But overall, this helmet looks amazing. Everything about it, front, back, is just great. It looks just like it does in the TV shows and in the movies. It's amazing. I personally really like this helmet, but there's one thing I want to say about this one. This one was not easy to build. I really struggled. That 18 plus marking on the box is very, very evident when you actually do go to put this thing together, because it's pretty challenging, at least for me. I'm not no master Lego builder. I just struggled a little bit. But anyway, the front of the helmet here has these really nice design here with his eyes and his like center nose piece, and then of course these panels come in to match that, and I think it just looks pretty much exactly how it does in the movies. But there's one thing to mention. The new Mandalorian helmet that is coming out has a thicker design in here, where Boba Fett's is thinner. So that's just kind of not matching up. But anyway, Boba Fett, I do think is worth it, because for what you get here and for how iconic of a character he is, he definitely, for $59.99, is worth it. Although that price per piece isn't really ideal, but it is Star Wars. It doesn't come with a minifigure, though. I really wish these sets came with a minifigure, but it's understandable. It's a display piece. It's not really meant to be touched or play with, meant to sit on a shelf, which is exactly what this Boba Fett is going to do. All right, next up is the Stormtrooper. He came out with Boba Fett. He comes with 647 pieces, and he also was $59.99. He is not one of my favorites personally, but he still does look very true to form with how he did in the movie. He's got all these nice detailings up in here, and the way they built this is actually really nice. You get to see a lot of the curvature, and there's a lot of nice details in and around here with all those pieces they stacked up, which is mirrored on the other side here. Unfortunately, we do get a lot of stickers in this one. There's not as many printed pieces as I'd like to see. As you can see right here, there's a lot of stickers, which it kind of creates this effect where you've got a different color in the white of the sticker here than the white of the brick. So you get an uneven contrast, and it doesn't look good. But from afar, it doesn't really matter. As you can see, it just kind of looks white. But I would like to see those be printed. And then if you turn it around to the back, I think this kind of bar around here doesn't look too fantastic. It's definitely a little big around the back, but to make it match up around with the front, they kind of had to do it that way. The side of the helmet also looks really good. Looks like a Stormtrooper, which is what you want. It does look very true to form with how it did in the movies. So if we turn it around to the other side, you can see The other side is much of the same, just mirrored. Overall, this is a nice helmet, in my opinion. It definitely looks a lot like how it did in the movies. And for 647 pieces, if you like the Stormtrooper, I think it's worth it. Alright, so here we have the TIE Fighter pilot. He actually has the most pieces out of the trio with 724 pieces. And of course, he retailed for $59.99. The TIE Fighter pilot is really cool. He's got a lot of the same building techniques as the Stormtrooper, but overall, the way the black works with these printed tiles up here and then in there, it just works really well. And then even though there is stickers, it just works with black a lot better than it does with white because it's easier to get the shades matched. Overall, I really do like this helmet. The way that they did all of the greebling in here just looks amazing. And then the back end on this one just looks a lot better than the Stormtrooper. Overall, it's one of my favorites in the whole set. And one thing that I thought was interesting about this helmet is when I first saw it, I thought these tubes for his respirator were going to be like actual tube pieces, but they're railroad pieces that are put onto tubes, like littler tubes. So that's cool. That's nice to see some building techniques. But the eyes in this helmet just look really cool. I know the Stormtrooper uses the same technique, but the way when you have it on the shelf, it just looks really cool. And I also really do like these dome pieces up top, which are printed, and then it just really reflects well with light. So overall, one of my favorite helmets, and this one is definitely worth it, without a doubt. It's just, even if, like, TIE Fighter pilot's not really I wouldn't say a star character in the Star Wars franchise. He's kind of just there. But wow, did they make him look good. Alright, so next up is the Scout Trooper, and he is the smallest set in the entire line of sets with only 471 pieces, and because of that, he only retailed for $49.99. But with that being said, he is very nice. With the Scout Trooper, they didn't really need to do anything too crazy with the building techniques to get him to look like a Scout Trooper, and I think that was definitely a good move. The eyes, the shielding around the eyes, the nose piece here, the respirator he's got, all look fantastic, and then the side of the helmet also looks really good. Again, there is one thing I really don't like, and that's these sticker pieces here. If you take a look, the white is just different. So the sticker white and then the brick white just is different, so you can see the outlines of the sticker, which is never good in my opinion. But it still looks really good. You've got these nice contrasting colors here on the back between those two stickers, which I think was seen on the actual helmet, or they wouldn't have done it like that, which I guess we're going to have to give the credit to the actual designers of the helmet, but on the back, I think it looks pretty cool. But anyway, let's turn it to the front so I can show you one of my least favorite things about this helmet, and that is the nose piece. I don't think they could have done this any other way, but it just doesn't look great. It's the sticker there. I hate it. But anyway, the Scout Trooper helmet is pretty nice looking. Overall, they did a phenomenal job, and for the price, they definitely lowered it. I think at $59.99, this would be a hard sell just because it doesn't come with that many pieces, but at $49.99, it's definitely worth it in my opinion. So let's move into the final helmet set, which is Darth Vader. Alright, so the last helmet in the set is Darth Vader. He came out with the Scout Trooper, and he retailed for $69.99, and he came out with 834 pieces. So he is the most expensive, but he does come with the most pieces. And overall, he's my favorite. I mean, it's Darth Vader. How could you not like him? If you can take a look here, you can see all the detailing work they did. It just looks really great overall. Everything about this face structure is really true to form. You got the nose piece here, which does look fantastic. They did use stickers here, which are starting to peel up, which is very irritating. But overall, I mean, that's acceptable. I mean, it'd be nice to see printed pieces, but I get it, I guess. That's the one gripe I do have with this, is that those aren't printed. But anyway, that's besides the point. The actual nose structure and the shape is very true to form of how you saw it in the movies. And then another thing I really like about this helmet is the eyes. You've got these inner kind of eyebrows there. And then you've got these large, big ones up top, which is just how he's supposed to look. And without those looking correct, this helmet would have definitely not looked as good. I mean, I don't know if you can imagine without these up top here, it just wouldn't be Darth Vader. So I'm really glad they nailed that. And another thing is that the side of his helmet, these kind of flare out points, are also just in the right spot in proportion to the eyes and the nose. So everything about this helmet is just really, really nice and very true to form. Looks a lot like Darth Vader, and it's just an overall nice looking helmet. If we turn around to the back here, they also nailed the flare on the back, and then you've got that line going up through the top. And then even from the back, you can still tell it's Darth Vader, which is what you want. This is by far my favorite helmet in the entire set, and I definitely think it's worth its price point, and I understand why they bumped up the price $10. But anyway, guys, that is the last of the 5 helmet sets, so let's bring them all out here again and take an overview one last time. All right, so there we have it. There are the 5 helmet sets that are currently available, and I'm really excited for the next 3 that are going to be coming out. But overall, I do think it is worth it. If you're into display pieces, if you're into this sort of collection of everything you see here, it is definitely worth the price. I know they can be kind of pricey for the pieces you get, but it's worth it. If you're trying to find a present for a kid, like your nephew or something, I wouldn't get it because they're just not that. Price for piece is just not there. The play features are not there. They're more of a build it and sit on yourself sort of thing. But for us adults that are into Lego, it's definitely worth it. And that is evident with the 18 plus rating on the box and how difficult these things are to actually build. They're not easy. But that does bring me into my last point is these boxes that these things come in look really cool. So let me get those out for you so you can take a look. All right, so here they are. Here are the boxes. And as you can see clearly what you're getting here, and they look phenomenal. Overall, I really do like these line of sets, and I'm really happy that LEGO's going to be making more of them, and I hope you guys are too. But anyway, that's actually going to do it for this episode.
Well, guys, looks like you're worth it.